DeAndre Ayton could be the best acquisition in this monster trade, in my opinion. And I'm kind of biased. I'm a big man guy and all that good stuff, but I feel like DeAndre Ayton is really in his element right now. He's really in his prime right now. And he was held up in Phoenix because Phoenix has a different idea. Phoenix is a team that you got guys who come down court, they're going to shoot their shot. They hope the big man rebounds it, but they think they're going to make it every single time anyway. They stopped structuring plays around him. They started making him be more of a liability in games because he's the only one playing defense. He's the only one trying to rebound. He's the only one doing anything. And then after a while, you lose your motivation because you have everybody who's doing absolutely nothing and you're doing everything. And then when you can't do it, it's your fault that we're losing now. And that's not the case. And after a while, you'll start getting frustrated with that. And in Ayton's situation, Ayton went to high school in Arizona. He went to the University of Arizona in Tucson. And he is an Arizona State kid. Like, he's there because he is from the islands. He is from Barbados or whatever. He's from the islands. He's from over there. But still, he's a kid they brought over when he was in high school because they saw him as a elite prospect who could possibly get to the next level, and he did. And he hasn't even played basketball that long. He's in the Tim Duncan category of things when it comes down to your experience in basketball, and he's gotten that good. At one point, he was considered to be the Pac-12 Player of the Year when he in his 1 year there. He was a auto number one pick. All this is for a reason because the guy can play the game of basketball on both ends of the floor, and he's 7'1", and this is very tough to really be able to have and coach because freaks of nature, and he's one of them. And I totally feel that when it comes down to this deal right here, the Blazers did the right thing for their franchise for the long term, not for, a short-term situation chasing the championship. No, they did this for the long term because when you look at their situation, if Anthony Simons can still, keep improving who he is as a player because he's an absolute monster that they don't talk enough about, but now they will because Dame's not there. And then you have Scoot Henderson who's projected to be better than Dame. I'm not going to say he's going to be better than Dame, but they're projecting him to be better than Dame. And then you have now DeAndre Ayton as your veteran leader, and he's been to the finals before. He's been in the playoffs the last 3 or 4 years as well too. So this gives you a guy who's ready to lead your team into their next era of futility. And I think that everything is making too much sense for the Blazers moving forward. And the Blazers already trying to get off Drew Holiday to get themselves some more assets to keep building this team is absolutely brilliant. And they'll get those assets. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, this team will probably be the 7th or 8th seed in the playoffs this year. Okay? They're not going to be as bad as they were last season. They started off really well last season, and then things just fell apart because guys got too selfish. And nobody wants to admit that part. Nobody wants to admit that part. And I felt like there was a little bit of a silent jealousy when other guys were getting off without Dame there, and he had to run back and make sure he solidified his spot. And the Blazers even noticed that. That's why they were so quick to say, let's just get him out of here. Even when he said, "Oh, I'll take the trade," they were going to trade you anyway. They were going to make you agree upon it. They're going to make your agent agree upon it. So, with that, I truly do feel what you have to do right now is you have to take the over wins with the Blazers, and you have to make that bet that they make the playoffs this year as well too. And I feel like DeAndre Ayton could possibly be, with some motivation this year, Defensive Player of the Year. That's a good goal to try to obtain this season. Try to be first team, try to be all NBA as well too, because he has the access to do it now. He's not playing with a bunch of guys who have to get their numbers. He's playing with guys that want to win basketball games and just do it in any way, fashion, or form. So, with that, that's going to be a wrap on my segment for DeAndre Ayton being the best acquisition in this trade, in my opinion. It's my opinion. It's not anybody else's. It's mine. Okay. So,